Today is Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 1, 2, 3. What's happening, ladies?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Oh, look, I got to show you. I got this in the mail, a big cup.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't
they remembered Mickey Mouse.
Listen, I think it's so freaking cool. I don't know who got it for me, but thank you. Merry Christmas to me. I love it. So I got a big cup of tea. I should have like some something in my cup. Something extra in my cup. All right, Nick, let's address the elephant in the room. The peepers want to know, why is she always in her car?
Peace and quiet.
Listen, it's hilarious though. I started laughing. I was like, huh? There's like, or is that her thing? They said, well, I won't even probably know it's her if her background is not her vehicle. How funny is that? Like,
peace and quiet. That's why.
So I do respond to the to your emails and inboxes and all that good stuff. I truly do. Clearly I do. We addressed it right now. But I said, well, she was at her place. I don't remember her always being in the car. They was like, no, all the time.
Yeah. Even when I lived up there, because like I said, peace and quiet, because them dogs was always off the chain.
And I did mention that. I definitely did mention that. I said, oh, okay.
It's peaceful.
And that's a good thing. Let's do some housekeeping real quick. Hey, if you want in on the conversation, you could call in, text in live. The phone number is 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. And the phone number and information is going across the bottom. All right. Happy New Year. Shall we practice? Happy
New Year.
Hey. Not a S unless it's showing ownership and it's an apostrophe S. Like,
listen.
How was your New Year's Day? Then
exactly.
You're using S. Bless the people. What you got, Amber D? What's happening with you?
I'm still working on my kitchen, so I'm about to put my floor down. I'm really excited about that. And moving on, I did figure out, I just learned a name for my aesthetic, like the style that I like.
Okay.
That was nice.
So what's the name? Okay.
It's called cottagecore. So these kids just be making up all kinds of stuff. But I was like, oh, it has a name. Cool. So that's my aesthetic. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nick?
Who, me?
Yeah, what's happening on the dating scene, girl?
Woo! Let me tell you something. We already went over that, but like, folks over 50 is not playing. When they say they ready for something serious, they ready for something serious. Ain't none of that. Like they telling you right there up front what's going on, what they want. Yeah. Okay.
Is that scary?
But other than that,
is that scary for you? We had the conversation on the show.
Yeah, it actually is.
What?
Because of my situation, it's kind of scary because
Okay.
With the last marriage, when I got married, I said, "Listen, this is gonna be deal dude's part. Because if not, I'm gonna live out the rest of my days as a hoe." Like,
well, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100.
But a hoe with the dogs, something. But no, like, we're like, no, we're not gonna do that unless you want to be my hoe. Oh, okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
wait a minute. You said that to him?
Yeah. Yeah, unless I want to be, yeah. But see, I wasn't mad at that because it was in humor, because he was responding to what
I got you, but we know you gonna keep it 100.
But dating over 50 is, y'all, I'm telling you, especially when you date somebody that is almost 10 years older than you, they ain't playing. Like, we discussed all of that. They are laying it on the line. They want a serious relationship. They want this. They want to live out the rest of their days happy. And it's like, wait a minute, sir. Can I just? I just thought this was going to be a fun thing. I just want to.
Did you really think it was going to be a fun thing? Because when we had that conversation on that particular show, that's what you requested. I remember. Do you remember, Amber D? Were you here or were you gone? Was she on that show, Nick?
No, I think she. Yeah, she was there for one. Show, yeah. Yeah, so.
Just be honest. Tell me what you want.
Yeah. And I wasn't mad. I got all the honesty.
And then you was like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if I want you to be that honest. Because I ain't ready yet.
Yeah, nah. I mean, it's cool. Especially when they asking you if you passport ready, because they like to travel out the country. What? Excuse me, sir? Okay.
Now see, let me tell you. I used to watch Lifetime movies a lot.
Oh, Lord.
I stay away from Lifetime. Always did.
I used to. But now I be watching like Crime Daily and Dateline, which I probably need to leave that stuff alone too. Now, listen. I'm not going to meet you today. You talking about you want to go out of the country. I'm concerned. See, those are little things that will put little concern, boop, boop in my mind, because I'll be thinking I'm going to be another episode of Dateline. I don't want to be on the show unless I'm witnessing.
Listen, I usually get creepy vibes from people, and there's no creepy vibe. I mean, this is a real grown man.
Listen, I get it. People... Let me tell you something. There was no creepy vibe. Do you know how many Dateline movies where these people done married people, then they done pushed them off the boat? Daddy, I ain't trying to put no little doubt in your mind. Maybe he'll love the doubt out. He'll love the doubt out. But
I mean, he just said he likes to travel.
Okay.
And like he wants to travel companion. And he does go out of the country. It's like he likes to go to Jamaica and stuff like that. So he said the next time he goes to Jamaica, he wants to go to Negril. He's already been to Jamaica. So like, yeah.
Oh, boy. I ain't saying nothing about no Africans or nothing like that. But okay. I like to go to Jamaica. Send me $100 for my cell phone bill. No. I want to talk to you, girl. I love you, girl. Send me my phone bill high.
The first date was lovely.
That's good.
The second date was lovely too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amber D. I see you over there. I'm gonna sip my tea out this out my big cup. My big cup from 7-Eleven.
Right. My first thought was like sex trafficking and like getting kidnapped when you like barely know somebody in travel. So I was just like, but if you've already had 2 dates and it's going well, that's super exciting, and he hasn't asked you for no money. Like, he's checking off all the boxes so far. Like,
no.
Yeah, right. And that's sad though. That's crazy. You was like checked all the boxes so far. Like that we really.
I got a spa day coming when he gets back from New York.
Why you gotta wait? Is he going to the spa too?
No, he has to go.
Oh, you ain't gotta tell his business.
Take care of some business.
Yeah, you ain't gotta tell his business.
Because I just happened to mention that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go to a spa really bad. I need a massage from head to toe. He was like, okay, when I get back, he was like, you got it. We'll take care of that.
Oh, that's nice. Look at me. I'm from the show me state. Why
That's his favorite thing.
I'm like, why do I have to wait? Like, okay. I'm like, oh, how long is that gonna be? Like, all right, just go ahead and handle that. But I'm a different person. We all different, and it's all good. I like the diversity, so we make it happen. I already know they're going to be eating me up like, Mel. See, that's what I'm saying. So,
I mean, listen,
I already know.
I'm just having fun right now. I'm not trying to be serious. I'm just going to let it do what it do.
Do you. That's all we can do is we could just do us.
What it do.
But let me tell you, listen, I've been working like a lot. I've been working like a dad. I was like, ooh. I'm not a dad. Like, why am I working? I looked up, it was 412 straight and an 8. I was like, why am I working like a dad up in this mug? What is going on?
Well, you like nice things and you have things going on and you're always traveling. So that's, you need that extra little cushion there.
That's true. But like a dad, I felt like James Evans.
Child, listen, that's the story of my life and have been since July. I work like somebody's daddy.
This is crazy. I was like, for real, like James Evans off of Good Times. I'm like, oh, let me get mine. Working hard like a 1970s dad. Now these new go to work. You don't even see the dad at all. Just at work the whole time. You be like, oh hi.
Them 18 hours they'll be playing.
With I need one of them industrial lunch boxes so my food will stay cold at them 12 hours.
That's what I thought about getting. Like, I need something to because I need to get rid of all of this now. So I need to refocus, especially working. Trying to refocus,
making the money, getting the cushion. Now you ain't lying though. You right on that. I do like what I like, and I will go to work to get it. Mm-hmm. But tell me about the oh man, it just clicked. Guess what just clicked? The light bulb. I need one of them things, a big sign to be like ding. I said a 1970s dad, which means that some of these new dads ain't working like that. Look, ain't working this hard. That's crazy. I have to specify the whole year. That kind of dad. I'm saddened.
Yeah. But it's true.
I'm sad.
You don't have many younger ones that will put in the work like that. Now you do have some, but not many. Yeah.
Or I could have said like I'm working like a 2022 mom.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Then again, I don't know. Some of them ain't doing what they supposed to do neither. Because everybody went from because of COVID, no job, to everybody now are self-made entrepreneurs, which I ain't mad at them.
Me either.
Get your money how you got to get it. So there are more and more people. Listen, down here, I seen some young chick driving a Rolls Royce, the Rolls Royce SUV. It starts with a C, whatever that. And
that's above my pay rate.
Right.
Yeah, but all these young kids driving these cars and they got temp tags.
Temp tags? Oh, they brand new.
Brand new. Entrepreneurs. And I was, discussing that with my brother. He was like, a lot of them are the social media influencers and, or they just started. And there are a lot of young black men and women, which is nothing wrong with that. And I'm proud to see it. They out there getting that bag.
Now,
they driving Rolls Royces brand new.
I get that. You know what though? Let me say this. I've never been one. Even when I had my 19, I'm dating myself. When I pulled up with my 1984 Chevette, gray Chevette, I was not the one with the temp tag thing. Like I didn't want people to know that it was like new. Even to this day, I'd be like, "Bam, go ahead, just give me let's transfer these babies over and call it a day." Now, when you said the younger people doing it, they are. And I looked at this thing. I said, it's so interesting how, like, we were, and I'm talking me and Nick, Amber D. How we were when we built.
Y'all age.
Yeah, we built on. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the Chevette. So it was like, oh, I got a Chevette, bam, whoop-de-woo, this is it. And then you get you graduate to the newer car. You know what I mean? So you start out, you're 16, then you go up. Listen, I told y'all the teacher's parking lot, they told me I had to park in the student parking lot. I thought I was in the student parking lot. No, I was in the teacher's parking lot. The student parking lot had all brand new cars. So I see it. I was like, oh, I thought this was the student parking lot because I know how our cars used to look. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't bad. They just wasn't a Rolls like Nick is sharing. But this is what I came to realize. I was talking to, some younger people, and I think it's amazing. So they have these new cars, like Nick was saying. This is the time to do it. No children. You know what I'm saying? No responsibility. It's just you. And if this is what you want, go ahead and get it. Because here's the deal. Once they grow older, they won't have that itch because it'll be like, oh, okay, I already had that. Been there, done that. I.e. probably stemming from what they do in school. Remember, we had to earn an A. Everybody started at 0. And us starting at 0, and then you earned your points up to 100%. Now they give everybody 100, and you have to maintain it. You remember, Rugo was talking about this some time ago, and and he was on the school board too. I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah. I was like, that's crazy. I said, so nobody's working toward anything. So we really can't fault them too much because everything is just like, it's given to them. And I had a problem with it back then. I was like, oh, so here's 100%. They was like, yeah, but you got to work to maintain it. Well, to me, that will mess up the self-esteem of that air quotes listening audience, that C student, because it'd be like, I'm a failure. Versus if everybody starts at 0 and you gain 1 point and somebody else might gain 12 or whatever, it doesn't matter because you're still a winner. You're not at 0. So
exactly,
that's just me.
With this new math they got going on.
Oh, that new math something different. We ain't even going all the way there. But I just feel like them doing what they do, they coming out, bam. They can say I had it done. Don't, desire it because they've already had it. But I did talk to one person, Amber D, just who I'm talking about, because I had to see where the mindset was of this Gen X. She said she was, the young lady was staying in an apartment, but she said her apartment was just like storage. So she was wasting like $800 a month just for storage. She said, I'm thinking about just sleeping in my car, living out of my car. And I was like, wait, what? How you going to do that? She's like, I'm thinking about living out of my car. And I said, well, how you going to bathe? And then she said, well, a truck stop. Listen, this is a whole thing. And then that's when I realized that Walmart, you can park in Walmart's parking lot.
Used to.
Oh, you can't do it no more.
I think they're changing their policy. Yeah, it's a whole thing on social media. I've looked at like RV life and stuff as well. But that's the RV, which is not the same as a car. Because that's just like not enough space for me. Even a lot of the older RVs are just too small for me. But especially if you guys know anything about RVs, like these Class A's with slides, with dual slides, I mean, they're larger than a studio apartment, like in New York. Like they are huge and spacious and like a small house on wheels, but they're also incredibly expensive. More than a house a lot of times. But if someone's interested in starting that lifestyle, like more power, especially if they don't have kids, don't have any burdens. Right,
no responsibility, it's just them.
Yeah, I'm into homesteading right now, so like I like stationary.
Right.
Listen, I can't live like that. I be like, no, I gotta have a roof, like even if I don't have a stitch of furniture. I feel like I just need to make sure I'm safe at that moment. But you do have people like maintenance and stuff, air quotes for my listening audience, that be coming in. See, I be watching too much Dateline and stuff. Listen, I got all kind of gadgets like bing, bing for the holiday. Put the bells on the back of the door so if somebody come in, you can hear ring-a-ding-a-ding-a. Be like, oh, who came in? Remember them chimes? Remember the chimes of your grandmother? You be like, oh, who here? Come on up. Walk through that screen door. You hear the chimes. You be like, oh, somebody in here. Maybe we need to get back to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did speak to Gen X. Like I said, that one young lady, but I was speaking to some other ones too. And I said, this is a thing, because everybody wasn't, didn't have the same culture. They were from different cultures, and it was Gen X. And I said, it's smart because, listen, girlfriend as young, I think she was 22. I think she's 22. You'll let me know later. But like, her bank account was crazy. High five figure for what she did. So it's like, okay, you work, she worked as a secretary at a school and got a mad bank account and traveling all different countries and able to do so. So I think their way of thinking is like, okay, well, I just need just this, instead of like back then. Remember, it would be like, you had an uncle or somebody that I think everybody had an uncle that stayed with the grandma that rented a room. You know what I mean? And you had just that. But as far as like the worry, I don't think, as a parent, I would be concerned. But I think that, their parents probably know them and are like, oh, I'm concerned. You're living off the land. That's what they call it. Right. Living off the land.
There's a lot of people down here back to living off the land.
Listen, you can't fry bacon. You can't fry bacon off the land.
I mean,
right, exactly.
My issue with some people living off the land is that some of them don't own the land, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But if you actually own the land that you're getting from, then okay. But no, I definitely support that. And the Gen X person that you're thinking of, I definitely feel like, like RV life. And there's actually a lot of channels on social media where they kind of go into detail and explain how they function and all, but I couldn't do a car. That's too little for me.
Is it?
That's way too.
Let's get this show on the road. We're going to recap. We're going to recap this Gen X and their fearless selves. Recapping 2022. We'll be right back.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
All right. And we're back. And you're listening to Shop Talk with Mel. One more time, if you'd like to call in, write these numbers down. Call in and voice your opinion live, okay? 619-902-2287, or send a text and I will read it on air, my lovely people. We were talking Gen X before that intro. Before that small intro. And being fearless. So, what was your best Gen X moment of 2022?
I feel like I've had a lot of them. So
that's what I know.
I just with like the adventure of renovating my house, like I'm always running into stuff. I was like, well, I've never done this before. Don't really know what I'm doing, but that's okay.
Right. Listen, the bravery is there. Y'all got it. I'm trying to go through the yellow pages. That's for my people, my other people, my season folk right there. Let me go through the yellow pages and find somebody to come and do this. And you over there like, I think I could do this.
Yeah, installing my countertops. I have marble countertops now, and painting my cabinets.
Go ahead, girl. Listen, yeah. I guess YouTube is teaching people everything.
Oh, that's where you got it from, Amber D? YouTube?
Yeah, and I'm about to refinish them because they're reclaimed. It's reclaimed marble. So there's a patina, and I just want to lift the stains and, bring the sheen out. And I was just like, let me watch a couple of YouTube videos. I think I can do this.
And see, the house that you have is worth a lot. And she owns it for the listening audience, Gen X, doing it. But I did tell y'all, if you missed that show, she has a dining room table on her front porch. So that tells you how huge this porch is, but it is not just your basic, you'd be like the front porch, you had an old couch and then maybe like a card table. No, it's like, is it marble? What is? I mean, it's like it's the formal, and it
The
don't
formal
look bad.
stuff.
Actually, it takes up the space really, really well. That you could be like, oh, we kicking it. We're holiday time. Be like the kids. We be like, we on the front porch. I'm not eating outside, but somebody else might. They'd be like, we on the front porch, chilling. You know, having a good time. What was that? Boys in the Hood. Oh, Boys in the Hood have been off the chain. On Amber D's porch.
Right, a big old porch like that.
Oh.
You still got some room left? Ooh.
Yeah.
On the other side. On the
Woo.
other
Yeah, that's a
side.
huge porch. That's the kind of porch I like to chill on.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Exactly.
but you know, people don't do that anymore either.
See, that's the
Don't
kind of
take shots.
that's the perfect. That is the perfect porch to roller skate on as a child. I would have had a ball.
Ooh.
I would have had a ball. I'd have been like, yeah, this
My
is
front
it.
yard is very like cottage core. That's how I was so like, yeah, I didn't have too many plants in my yard, and I gotta like clean it up and tear it down and stuff. And then I like stumbled across it and the internet, and I said, makes sense now.
This is what we're doing, huh? This is what we are doing. But yeah, nobody sits on the porch anymore. And actually, that's where Shop Talk with Mel, that is the vision that I had. Like you just sitting on the porch in the morning, sipping on your lemonade or your tea, whatever it is, and you just shop talking, people watching. And that's what happens when you sit on the front porch. You have a good time.
Yes.
And you be sitting there looking like, So there you have it. Now, where the name comes from, because this was a question. My license is in escrow right now, but I was a licensed cosmetologist. Being a licensed cosmetologist, at the salon, all you do is talk different topics. You know what I mean? I didn't want to stipend myself or just have it where, boom, this is the only thing I'm going to talk about. I talk about everything. We are an educated group here. Okay? We could tackle the best of them, okay? Tackle. Now, I don't fool with no politics. But that happened in 2022. They made the people be interested in politics. And you know what? I can't even give that to 2022. I'll give that to 45 when he came in. I think that woke everybody's politic gene up and was like, oh, wait a minute, now I need to pay attention. Hold on. And you have different people that are actually running for offices after him.
Yep.
Because there was an image. It was an image that we had, that we gave. And it was like, you have to be this way. And I thought you had to be like, I remember being younger, a college graduate, you had to be like the smartest of the smartest to be president.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, oh, I don't. So it's exactly what it was. You remember like high school? And do they still do that? The class officers? And even whatever you're going for, the way that you win is a popularity contest. And that's what it was that I saw. But then when real life came, it was like, oh, no, you had to do this. What? All I got to do is graduate high school? Huh? You telling me I could have been president? What? Okay, can you imagine me in the Oval Office drinking out my big cup?
Oh, these men will die double death before they vote a woman in as president. They almost died at having a vice president as a woman.
I think it's coming there because there are a couple.
I think it's coming too, but they're gonna fight tooth and nail for that one.
See, come on, Amber, talk to me.
Okay, so there are several European countries, and not several, it's like a handful, that have female presidents, and they're like, okay, they're not terrible. But I just feel like women bring a different energy to leadership, and it's more utilizing soft skills and like soft leadership style. And I think it would be great. I mean, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, Chisholm, I can't think of her name. I'm so sorry. But there's been other women who've ran, and have put up a good run. So I definitely think it's going in that direction. And it'll be great for this country and up for not just like for diversity and representation, but just, as we progress as a nation and acknowledge that, America is not led by like one particular demographic, or it can be led by other demographics of people.
Okay, I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but Shirley Chisholm. It's okay. It's all right, but I wanted to put it out there because I don't want to leave people, dangling. They be like, oh, wait, what is her name? What is her name? And God forbid she happened to be listening to Shop Talk and be like, oh, you ain't correct her. Like, you didn't do it. I don't want those problems, And I get what you're saying. Have you, being in management, have you worked with females? Or not even being in management, have you worked with females that were in management? Either one
Definitely.
of you.
I have, and it was some of my worst employment experiences were under women. And so, but I feel like on the flip side of that, my best employment experiences were with women.
Were they co-workers or?
No, these are my superiors.
Okay.
She was the owner / my boss, and then another one, she was my supervisor. But those are hands down my best employment experiences.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
Oh, well, I had a few that were like, I really wanted to choke out, but we don't answer on this show. So, and then I had a few that was really, really good. So yeah, I'm used to being under female management, like more so than men, actually. Come to think of it, I've had more women superiors than I've had men.
Okay. Well, I've dealt with some females, and I was a female manager, but I got to tell you this. And I was working alongside another one, and I'm telling you, she would be like, I'm on my rag and I'm not here for it today. Now, culturally, so y'all can figure it out. Culturally, we don't just tell people our personal business. We got a problem with the commercial that be running around, the Summer's Eve commercial running.
Right.
And I'm like, oh God, she said that in this meeting? Like what? And then I guess everybody's supposed to be like sensitive to it. And I was like, that's not going to work. But I will say my pushback, and I'm looking at the people that are viewing, and I know a few of them. I see my coworkers, managers. The pushback was from my own, and it was the females. And I'm gonna tell you what the pushback was. I don't even know, but I will say this: with females versus males, when you had to let them know something or do like a verbal, with a guy, it was just like, oh, okay, I understand, da-da-da-da. And then here we go, plan of correction, our PLC, this is what we're going to do. Okay, cool, Mel, thanks. Bam. The female, baby, it be 2 years later, they still mad about you having to call them into the office. I was like, wait, and they're wrong. So it's constantly a pushback and explaining, and I was wanting to be like, go ahead. Well, tell me what happened, because I needed to make sense. So explain it your way. Help me to understand. So what you're saying is, let me make sure I got this correct. And I remember one incident, it was she had issues at home. Okay, I understand that. But you can't come and curse somebody out here. They didn't do that. You can't clock in and then sit down and wave your hands because you just got your nails done. Honey, like, I understand you didn't want to be late, but you're not here to work. So guess what? That's not going to work. And then you want to cuss everybody out and expect them to understand that you have your nails done and you just got them done and how much they cost. And even to this day, you still listen. She's still rolling. She's still rolling her eyes. It's been almost a decade. Like, come on. So that's why I'm wondering. Like, do you want that? Do you want business? Can you? And let's look at it with the new Gen X. They probably like, yeah, we can talk. Talk business to a female, but you can't get. We're emotional beings, and clearly, from my experience, Yeah. And it's like, yeah, work with me. But me, personally, y'all about know me. I'm pretty direct. Like, okay, I'll listen to you. Help. Make it make sense. If it does, okay. If not, yeah. But come on now, you can't. That's still in time. You can't do that. What you got? What you got? Talk to me, Gen X.
So I feel like it's very true, and I agree. The flip side of that is that men have their own issues in the workplace and similar situations, but more in a masculine environment where they're not a great employee and they make excuses and they're self-absorbed. Also, men are also emotional beings, but then they're socialized to be unemotional or detached from their feelings, which is actually even more problematic. And I feel like as we progress as a society, we're looking more into not just the effects of patriarchy on women, but also the effects of patriarchy on men. And if men are so terrible, why are they socialized and being raised as boys to grow into these terrible men? So I feel like the human experience is you will always run.
Let me see what the 8-ball says.
No, she didn't bring out that 8-ball.
You're always gonna have. You will never get away from problems with people, whether they're male or female. It's just sometimes it's in a different coat, but it's still the core issues remain the same. You know.
Okay, here's the thing. Both sexes, you have to not bring your emotion into the job. Once you bring it into the job, or say if the job is causing the emotion, I'm one to tell y'all, go ahead and go home sick. That one, nobody can prevent you from going home sick. If the day is going bad and you're not built for it, just go ahead and go home. Now, if you like a challenge like me, be like, oh, I'm going to get through this. We're going to see how it works, but I bet you it won't happen again. And never refuse. I got to put this. Never refuse to do anything, especially if you're a caretaker or dealing with somebody else. Don't refuse to do anything or do the work. Just don't come back. Now, I'm good on that. I'm going to tell you how to quit a job. I'm going to tell you how to quit a job, okay? And they be like, oh, give them the 2 weeks notice. You didn't give me 2 weeks before you decided to fire me.
Right.
Like, no, I'm matching energy.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not going to work. Bye. Have a good day. And like with the female that we had that was a boss, and I'm not going to say which one of you for the sake of profession, is a power thing. And I noticed that kind of like when Nick was saying, it was a few she wanted to clock over. It's a power thing. And it's like, why do you have to feel as though you have to put somebody down or show your authority?
Woo.
My thing is, if you are hired and I'm the newcomer coming on, I expect you to know your job. I don't know your job. I'm hired for this position. I'm not trying to play everybody's position because that will burn you out. You'll be tired. You know your job better than I know my job because I just got here. Do your work, and I may come to you. You know what I mean? I may come to you for direction because you've been there so that we can work together. But you have people that come in and is like, yep, I'm the boss. This is it. And blah, 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 blah. And then they want to come and do everything. Not the type of person that I am, I'm sure. And you witnessed it. Oh, you got it? Take the stethoscope. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got hit with, oh yeah, my daughter, she's a nurse and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's awesome. Boom, let her come. Came up. She did the research and she realized, yeah, my daughter's a nurse. I was like, but she didn't have the same credentials as I had. So that was a no-go. But I thought it was cool. But her daughter, once she came, she realized, she was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. So she didn't want it anyway, even though she was looking out for her child. Now, me, because I'm a game player, I like to play. When she said it, I thought it was cute. And I'm thinking, lady, I'm here because I know certain people are dependent on me. But trust and believe, I'm here because I want to be, but I can go somewhere else. Go ahead.
You may know who I'm who I have in my mind, but I do feel like some women, when they get into positions of power, that competitiveness, I feel like that's rooted in female competition, which is, I mean, you'll see that in the dating world and women compete with each other, and I do feel like some women, they take that competitive energy, which I think is, to me, like the dark feminine energy, into that position of leadership where they're competing particularly with other females. And it's just like, yeah, I need to be the boss. I need to be right. I need to dominate. And and just because coming from a feminine doesn't mean it's any less toxic. Like, that's really unhealthy.
Guys, I don't have a problem with. You have a good point, but guys, I don't have a problem with, because they just doing what they do. They expect you to know your job. Now, you do have some other type of guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They doing their job. You know, I just really feel like they just be like, oh, okay. And if it's an issue, you come in there, boom, handle it, and let's just move forward. They're trying to handle you were hired to do this. I should not have to micromanage you. And that's what I see. But yeah, women are coming in there, but you see what they doing to Kamala, however we pronouncing it today. You see?
Yeah, it's so hard.
Which way we doing?
It's actually Kamala, yeah.
Whatever we doing. Look, I'm like, whatever we doing, however you pronounce it, no disrespect. But, like, I think people will have an issue if she ran for president and got it. It would be a big issue.
Oh, of course. Number one, she's a woman. Number two, she's black.
She said she wasn't.
She's biracial. Thank you. She's biracial.
Be clear. Like Tiger. Remember Tiger? Yeah. I'm not black. Oh, okay.
Does she have an African American parent?
Child, I don't even know.
Okay, then she's black.
Listen here. You remember how it used to be?
Sorry. Wait a minute. Let me be respectful. Sorry, Vice President Harris, you're black.
Oh, okay. And that's what we gonna do, huh? I'm sitting there. I got a lot.
Like Mariah Carey tried that when she first came out. Baby, you got a black parent, you black. Black.
But that's how it used to be. So now what's happening to so many biracial people that their group is only only if the father is black. So if the father is listen to that. If y'all saw Amber D's face, you would have fell out. Go ahead. What'd you say, Nick?
If you got a black parent, it don't matter the daddy, the mama, you're black. Quit playing.
But listen, I think it might be something to that though. I'm going in my little mental Rolodex, and I'm like, ugh, I think it's something to that. Talking about only if the father is black, then you black. So is that to prevent people from messing with the non-melanated women? Oh no, you will not get our women. If you want to sleep with that black man, know that your child will not get the advantages of being non-melanated. Your child is now black.
They don't get it. Like, some of them don't get it anyway. They don't care. Like, yeah, the daddy black, the mama black. It just depends on that particular family dynamic. If they gonna be racist, they gonna be racist all the way. Period.
Okay.
You intermixing with somebody that is black, mama, daddy, whatever. Some of these old school racists, they don't care.
Well, they didn't care about when Prince Harry married Meghan. Her mother was black. Her father was white. They still was like, oh, snap.
Thank you. They didn't say she exactly. She's a black mother and she's still considered a black woman. There we go. Boom. Great example.
I watched their love story on Netflix. It was a beautiful love story. It really was. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember it. But she was sharing her experiences over there. And she said that she never had experience like what black people had gone through, like what her mom had gone through, until she started dating Prince Harry. And that's when she saw it, and she was impacted by it. That's why she left. They was like, oh yeah, look at their black woman, and took him out the palace. The power.
Say that. Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
That power that
Black
you know
woman-
what?
No. You said a black woman that took him out the palace.
They took him out the palace. But
Okay, black woman.
that's just me paraphrasing. I'm not saying that's exactly
still.
what happened. But I always liked Prince Harry anyway. Because he seemed to be the one that was just chill. Like, no, we're not doing this. No. You know, but in their love story that's on Netflix, you guys check it out. I'd encourage you to check it out because it was a wonderful, it is a wonderful love story. But she was speaking on how they do a party, her and her friends, New Year's party. And what they do is choose a word that they want for the next year. What do they want? And you have to choose one word instead of the New Year's resolution. Like people be like, oh, I'm going to start working on. They just chose a word. And her word at that time was peace. And I thought that was kind of cool. And that's what I want to do right now. Going into 2023, what word would you choose for you? Anybody? Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
Oh, man. Completion.
Okay. That's good. Nick, what you got? Anything yet?
Loyalty.
Okay, for completion and for loyalty. That's pretty good. All right.
After the year I've had, that's what I need.
Loyalty.
Going forward. Loyalty.
Now, what about you, Mel?
Prosperity.
Yes,
Prosperity. I'll take prosperity. Go ahead, Amber. Do you want to?
Carla Lee said all of the above. I know that's right.
Okay. All of the above. Now, I'm glad. You know what? With prosperity, let's talk about this real quick. And the entrepreneurship, like we were talking. You know, how everybody's going into entrepreneurship and working for themselves. I've noticed that the pay has decreased post-COVID. So, like, say you were getting paid more pre-COVID, and then a lot of people quit. So now it's like, okay, come back to work, but you're lowballing. So it's like, okay, things change, things increase. And in some senses, and I can speak from nursing, that like pre-COVID, let's say $33 an hour, pre-COVID. Now in 2022, when I'm looking at the wages, they're starting off at $34. Huh? So $33, and I'm just giving you a roundabout, but $33 as a registered nurse, 2019. You guys can look it up, the average. Now in 2022, matter of fact, day before yesterday, it's 34. And you see how much everything increased. And I think that may be a problem, and that's why there's a shortage, because they're like, well, what's going on with the nurses? Here's what's happening. We were heroes and now zeros. And it's like, no, I'm not going back. No, I refuse. And it's almost that syndrome of, you know how they fire everybody that's been there for a whole lot of years and they're paying them a lot of money, and then they want to rehire the new ones at like $10 to $12 less. And then they're coming on. And I'm
doing that.
Right. But that's why a lot of people are like, guess what? If this is what you want to do and you want me to do the work for your dream and your company, how about you do it? I'm going to start my own business. And people are winning. I'm not mad. And it's those Gen X. They doing it. Like you said, rolling around in the rows.
Right.
Buying big mansions, redoing the floors and stuff. Making a bookshelf on a case, making a bookshelf from their steps and things like that, you know? So, and I can only give you those numbers because that's my profession. Well, I do this first. I do nursing second. Real talk. I'm gonna put in my time. I'm like, this I enjoy. Make your hobby your profession. I like to talk.
Right.
All right, what about the Black Lives Matter 2022?
You really
For the
haven't
Gen
heard too
X.
much from them. Seriously.
I feel like reality set in.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like the reality is, black people, particularly black men, are usually killed by other black men, and that's reality. Occasionally, black men are wrongfully killed by law enforcement. That definitely happens. It's definitely an issue, but the reality is, black men kill each other. So that's like a little bit more important because that's where like the bulk of the numbers are coming from.
All right. So, look, what would you suggest, Amber D?
That's on black men. I don't do that. Sorry, don't do that anymore.
Yeah, there anymore? We going into 2023. Janaya, done with that. Check. Drop that bag off. Okay, what you got, Nick? Anything? Any suggestions for that? Do you think the people in the back are hearing it?
Ooh, no, the people in the back are still not getting it. The ones in the far back, they're still not getting it because it's still all about, with our people, it's still all about, with black males in particular, disrespect, or they're still in the game, and that's the whole issue. They're still in the game, and you in their territory, you taking their money, or just 9 times out of 10, it's usually something stupid. Oh boy, disrespected me because he hollered at my woman, or he took my plug, or just stupid.
Yeah, I got that, but do you have a solution? A suggestion?
Like, we can make all kinds of solutions. They're not going to stick to it.
But how do you
like,
know?
It's time to put.
How do you
it's
know?
Time to put down the gun, because people have been trying this. Put down those guns. Talk about what the problem is. Stop. There's no sense in you taking somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's brother, and then these young kids nowadays, they have no respect for life. They don't care, and it's like, why? Some of them feel like that's the only, they can't get any better. Like, we can have all the forms in the world. We could, like, down here, the mayor had proposed a couple months ago, people bringing in their guns. Mm-hmm. And there were a few of them that did.
They do it all over.
They did a good turnout. It was a start, but you still got all, it's still stuff happening.
Okay.
Case in point, the rapper that lost his life here in Houston, and he wasn't even the one that had the problem. He was an innocent bystander.
Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
So actually, Australia did a rebate program with their guns, and it was really quite successful. That's when Australia was starting to get close, because no one comes close to America when it comes to gun violence. To America in gun violence, and it was really successful in that country. So that is an option. And then even with the recent rappers, that I did want to point out that he's a great example of innocent but not actually innocent, and how we, especially black men, when they romanticize that gang culture, when they affiliate, when they socialize, when they're on the periphery, they end up getting caught up, and now they're an innocent victim. But it's like, no, you chose that lifestyle, you chose that group of friends, you chose to socialize around those type of people that were involved in that type of activity, and then you caught the consequences even though you weren't actively involved. So it's not just the main person doing it, but it's the culture surrounding it and the acceptance of it, and that's something that black men, and somebody else pointed this out, you don't hear about country artists killing each other and pop artists killing each other and black female rappers killing each other. You don't hear that. It's not, so you can't even say it's rap music. It's black men. So black men need to address it. It's their issue, because because rap's become gentrified. You've got white rappers, and you've got black female rappers, and you've got white female rappers, and they're managing not to kill each other. So
Vanilla Ice allegedly was hung upside down from the balcony. He came and he was like, listen, he exited after that. Ice, I ain't heard nothing else. Ice, baby, that was it.
Right,
I was like, wow. Deuces, he out. But let me get some clarity here. So what you are saying, help me to understand this. So what you are saying is choose your friends wisely. If those weren't his friends, he probably would be alive. Is that what I'm hearing?
Definitely. And especially Black women. There's a lot of Black women who are incarcerated, not because of what they did, but because they were an accomplice, because they were on the periphery, because they were assisting, because, whatever. And they're like, well, I'm innocent. Nah, boo-boo, you weren't innocent. Because you wouldn't have been charged and found guilty of being an accomplice or being complicit or being, there's that one law, like fighting a bystander and then choosing not to help or something, if you weren't surrounded by those people and you chose to be around them people. So I just feel like at this day and age, when we really start getting honest about what's going on, you're choosing that lifestyle. You're choosing to socialize around those people and those type of illegal, illicit activities. That's your choice. So live your life. Maybe you'll live to see 30. Maybe you won't. I don't know.
Okay. You want to read the comment?
Jessica Faison Golden of Facebook said, "Uh-oh, Amber, now that's the truth."
Okay.
You can't disagree with that.
Okay, we got another comment. Hold on. Go ahead.
So Latoya Elin Williams of Facebook said, "Have to agree with Amber, have to choose wisely." I also want to point out the Cabo 6. People were quick to say that young Black woman that died by her friends, she should have chose better. You got to be careful who you choose as friends. We need to be telling Black men the same thing. Oh, you died. Well, you should have chose better. You should have been more careful. You need to be watching who you're around. That is a horrific story and crazy. And it's true. You do need to be very mindful of who you choose to socialize and affiliate with, because it could end up with you being dead.
Clearly, but here's the thing. How many? Let's bring it back to childhood. Well, you're with them, that age. How many times have you thought somebody was your friend and they weren't? Mm-hmm. I have been betrayed. I have been set up. That my homegirl is there. This is my homegirl, but she got her cousin, and it was a plan to jump me. I've been in that place, and that's why I felt for her. And I said, and she looked, even sitting, and we're talking about Shanquilla Robinson. She was sitting there. They like, fight back. For what? All y'all got cameras so that all y'all can jump me? And I'm in another country. I'm in an island all by myself. I said she was defeated right then because we are emotional. And watch this. It was a dude that said, fight back. But as a female, being emotional beings, you already lost because you're hurt. And it's like, I thought y'all was my friends. And allegedly she paid for the spot. So she paid for them to have a good time, allegedly. And then, boom, here you go. I don't think somebody would just go out of the country with people that they didn't know. And they said she was with her best friend. So people wear the mask. And I'm using the air quotes for the listening audience as well. Now, back to the Black men killing Black men. Or Blacks killing Blacks. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know if that derives from the whole, this is my sister, and this is my example. This is my sister. I get to say what I want about my sister, but you can't talk about her. Or like, I get to say what I want about my family, but you can't talk about my family. Whereas, okay, I get to kill my brother, but as soon as somebody non-melanated kill my brother, I got a problem.
That part.
Yeah.
We call a spade a spade.
And I feel like with the Black Lives Matter, if you really study the origins, very problematic for me personally. And then also, I had a problem that it was like really, I don't know if they pushed the Black women to the forefront, or if it was just really driven substantially by Black women. But that in itself is a problem for me, because I'm just like, no.
He's like, no. You like me. I told you I felt like a dad working so much. I'm like, no. I'm a working like a 1970s dad.
Yeah, no, the whole like Wakandan warrior thing with Black women, especially Gen Z. I'm talking about people younger than me.
Okay.
And we ain't doing that. No. Because you are losing your femininity. And there is something, I feel like, spiritually and mentally wrong when you as a woman are rationalizing and fighting for a able-bodied man that can fight for themselves.
They're not going.
Yeah.
I told you a 1970s dad. Like, somebody stand up. It's like, okay, we got stuff to do. Hold on. What are we gonna do? And they're not gonna do anything. Let me tell you, I went off. What we got here? You want to read the comment?
Latoya Elin Williams of Facebook said, that's a different. I don't believe she knew, but the rapper one, yes, he knew they was a thug and lived a crazy life. Exactly. Great point.
But you know what? Your real friends, I wanted to go back there. Your real friends, once they know that you made it, let's be realistic here. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, nah, don't come. No. You know, even if it's your friend from way back, you'll be like, oh, we cool. What do you mean? No, I don't want you to come around here. They're going to look out for you and be like, nope, don't do it. I got some friends, and one girl in particular, that's my girl, and I know her. I'm like, I know her. So, you know, you always got to have your people. She Peter. She my Peter. Okay. And it's like, okay, I'm going to watch, but I know. But she even was like, nope, you're not going. Nope. I'll be like, I'm going to listen. Go ahead, Amber, what you got?
It's a great point. And it made me think of like how, especially in like criminal lifestyle culture, they really romanticize like mafia and stuff like that. And the reality is a lot of these like mafioso types and these affiliated, criminalized, organized crime families, they actually protect their loved ones so that they couldn't be held liable in court, in law. And so when you have these black men out here bringing in their girlfriends, bringing in their children, bringing in their close relatives into their criminal activity, it really does reflect that they don't value them. They're not protecting them, because if they were protecting them, they would at least make sure that they were completely separated from their criminal activity.
I agree. Go ahead, Nick. What you think?
I agree with her wholeheartedly. Like you said, the mafia, they definitely protect their own. But it seems like ours, they want to bring the drugs to the house. They want to sell out the house, and you got your kid.
But not even that with the whole drug thing. Just envy. Envy. It's like you got black men jealous of another black man, black women jealous of another black woman. And let me say this, and this is not just black people. This is like everywhere. But I will say, from what I experience, how you gonna fight with a world full of women? As a female, and you got a dude, and you upset at a female that is attractive. So your competition is a world full of women. If he wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. Who is signing up for that, air quotes, fight or that game or competition? I don't have the energy, because it's a lot of beautiful women out there. Like, I'm just not doing it.
Baby, listen, like I said, it's been a rough year, and I got papers on one that I'm not gonna fight for.
I heard that. Go ahead. Physically, go ahead.
Okay. So what you just said really makes me think of this would be like my advice to women and men, because I feel like this goes both ways. Like, when you're in that energy of anyone more attractive to you is a threat sometimes, and if you know, someone less attractive to you is a threat, can be a threat too. What I imagine is you're like windmilling the air. Like, you're trying to fight the wind. You're trying to fight the whole world. Like, how do you think you're going to win? And the only thing you're going to end up is exhausted.
Right. Wasted energy.
Women and men, mostly women, have that energy of every woman in the planet might be competition, and she might steal your man. You can't steal a man, but that's that energy. Like, you're fighting everybody and everything, and it's just like, woo, like, you can't. It's unsustainable, and it also doesn't make any sense because he can't fight them.
Yeah, publicly out. Look, when you go out in public, you fight in the air, like you said, and then you coming home and you got to deal with she complaining because she done fought the air and she tired, and he wants something to eat and she really mad at him. Come on, like come on, Nick. You want to go ahead and read this comment?
Oh, she did change it up a little bit. Salvage said, I'm my own competition, working on getting better every day. All caps.
I heard that.
Right.
Yes.
I heard that. Listen, we got to do better.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
You know, ma'am, are we saying your name right?
Oh,
Because she been with us forever, and then let us know if we pronouncing it right, and if not, please let us know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
We don't want to be out here crazy calling you something wrong.
listen, we still can't get Kamala and Kamala right. Go ahead, Amber. You want to go ahead and read that comment?
Jessica Faison Golden of Facebook said, Lord Mel Rudolph Ross, we definitely know all too well about this. How about I don't even know this guy or you, and you're mad at me because he likes me? Lord have mercy.
I'd have been there, done that. In high school, I had a chick come up to me wanting to fight me over some dude that went to a different school. Do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, no. Why? Yeah, because she was ready to fight. Because I heard you liked them. Girl, I don't even know that boy. I don't know nobody over there.
Isn't it interesting? Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
People still do that.
Women that do that, a way to gain some understanding, it just came to me. They're not trying to fight you over the man. They're willing to fight you over their ego and their self-worth.
Basically, that's what it is.
To that man.
But baby, you can't fight nobody. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I've had it done as an adult. People, so-and-so. I mean, the name sounds familiar. Because I heard you was trying to talk to him. But you heard wrong, baby, because number one, I'm married. That's one thing about this chick right here. She keeps a husband. Y'all better quit playing with
You better say it. You better say it.
Man, because
she will get a husband, honey. Listen, that girl didn't want her dude to be your next husband. That's why she came to check you. She's like, oh, I've been waiting on the ring. She'll hurry on in and get it. We got a response from Savage1. Savage. She said
no, but it's okay. So we are mispronouncing it.
Listen here.
Sorry, baby.
Listen, I said Savage. Y'all say, what did y'all say? Salvage?
Savage.
Okay.
Savage.
It looks like Savage.
No,
Savage. Okay. I see this. But it don't have a hyphen. See, we got take it back to school. We gotta go back to school. See, y'all. See, that's what happens. Y'all up here, we gotta leave in 2022. We gonna leave these baby names. Listen, we gonna have to spell the normal way. Cause see, y'all getting fancy with these names, and we messing them up, butchering them. Trying not to, but butchering them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we leaving in 2022. I almost got it. Savage said I almost got it.
Okay.
Y'all almost got it. All right.
2022. Ladies, please. Ladies, let's leave them doggone fake ass baby hairs in 2022. I want to go for it. I don't want to see nobody with no glued on baby hair, especially from a damn wig. Please. Leave that.
Now see. But you can buy them now. They selling them.
I know that. Let's leave all that in 2022 because that they went too far.
Go too far. Hey, listen, if you want to call in and voice your opinion live, you can do so right below. The phone number is 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. If you don't want to be heard live, you can always send a text. We got you covered. Now, what you want to go to that comment?
Oh, me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Salvage of YouTube said, my king, my daughter's father named me that the first day I met him, and he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Okay, now we need to know. We need to make sure it's not Savage.
You said you were close.
Savage. I gotta figure out what that is. We gotta figure out what Savage mean.
Might be French. It kind of sounds French to me.
Does it? Now here's the thing though. You can't even like Google it and listen to her say it, pronounce it, because they be saying some different stuff. And you're like, that is not how you say that.
I love
Right.
that GPS, and she needs to be butchering it. The names of towns I'm going through. I'm like, lady.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the GPS butchers some names of streets here, and like we got one street where it's something Gaston, and she says Gaston, and I'm like, wait a minute, my GPS like Gaston. What is it? It's something Gaston Road, Gaston.
Okay. All right, y'all, listen here. That's why I love this show. Straight up live. We straight up live. Savage. Okay, so wait, let me see here. Let's go to this comment before I tell y'all this. Oh, there you go. All right, go ahead and read it for the listening audience.
Latoya Elin Williams of Facebook said, not the baby hair. I'm a wiggy, but I hate that baby hair.
She's a wiggy, but hate the baby hair. All right, the correct pronunciation.
Wait, but I don't do the baby.
Wait a minute. Let me do this since we talking about the names here. It's Latoya Island Williams.
I'm sorry.
We getting it. Okay, so now we getting into Savage's business because let me tell you how. So I'm thinking her king, he named her that, and that's Savage is a Spanish word.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to be all in your personal queen, but I'm going to go ahead and, if you translate it to the English version, guess what it means? What? Savage. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
It means, it's an adjective. It means wild and savage. We pretty good. Come on. I can speak Spanish, or I can understand it. Okay, then. Well, we appreciate you, Salvage.
That's all I hear around here.
Yeah. Look, I'm like, we appreciate you, girl. Aw. I'm going to put her comment up there. I miss him so much. Okay. Okay. We praying for you, sis. We appreciate that. Oh, look, your girl was right again for the listening audience. Salvage said for sure. See? For sure. Okay. Well, he knew what it was. All right. So we done tackled the baby hair. We leaving the baby hair in 2022. Please, I can't believe they were selling it. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is extreme. The Latoya Jackson baby hair from back in the day. I do have an old school picture, like elementary, where the baby hairs was in. But I didn't buy them. And they were mine. And the problem that I see is when people's baby hair, like they have a receding hairline that's about 4 inches back, and then they brush.
And then the baby hair be up here childless.
Well, this is what's happening, though. They taking the hair from the back, sliding it forward. And then they have baby hair brushes, listening audience. You can go to the hair store and purchase a baby hair brush. Now, it's $2.99. Now, back in the day, I'm talking like 81, 82, we used the toothbrush. Okay, so Nick actually has, now watch this, she has a comb and a brush. That used to be, pull that back out so you guys can go to YouTube and see this. That used to be the brow brushing comb.
I was going to say that. I thought that was a brow brush.
Now they're doing it for
it's not a brow brush.
But now you're doing it
the baby hairs.
For the baby. That's what they see. People just using stuff like they changing words and just reinventing stuff and calling it a day. Now the toothbrush is best. I'm just going to say that if you want, if you're still into the baby hair, you use the toothbrush, because once you use that gel or that what is that stuff called that make it real hard?
Echo?
Yeah, the Echo gel.
Edge control.
Edge control. That's what they use. Now, you use that edge control, it's going to get all in that toothbrush. You can go to the dollar store, grab yourself a 99-cent toothbrush and let it go. Okay? What you got, Amber D?
Can we bring back edges in 2023? I mean, there's typically black women are wiggies. I've never heard that before, and I'm in love with it.
Okay.
Are wiggies.
Oh, I'm definitely a wig.
It's still they're doing these things to their hair and they're damaging like their scalp and their hair follicles, and then they don't have edges, and it's sad because I feel like if you start noticing thinning around your edges because of the way you're styling your hair, baby, switch it up, change, do something.
Go back to the mushroom. What you know about the mushroom, Amber D?
It's sad. Like you ripping your hair out by the scalp, by the bulb, for an aesthetic.
Oh, so when they put the wigs on what is it called? The installment.
Install.
A word like install sounds like some like hard stuff, like some do-it-yourself type Home Depot work. So when you say I got an installment, I'm concerned because that don't seem like that sounds like some damage. That sounds like some damage. I'm gonna get this installed.
With that lace front glue and stuff that they use. I don't
an
do
installment.
That lace real good, and I know how to make it look like it's mine. This is not for baby hair. This is for my edges to brush them up, not brush them down. We ain't doing that.
No.
And also, I keep it in my car just in case I need it, because I am lift.
Oh.
And I do, have a lot of strange men in my car. And if one of them, and Houston is
she got a shank.
Anonymous. Exactly.
She got a shank. And y'all thought it was just for her edges. Flip.
No, Houston it is, but Houston is synonymous for sex trafficking. Right. And I am a woman, and I work alone a lot of times at night, work late at night. And I ain't playing, because not only do I have this bad bag, I got my scissors too.
Ma'am. Now, okay. Now, listen here. We do not condone violence.
No.
Oh, wait. Let me say what I got to say for my sake. For my future. Okay? I got to save my future. We do not condone violence. Here on Shop Talk with Mel, the views of Nick the Voice are clearly the views of Nick the Voice. Now, I want to say this. Wait, Miss Driver. Now, we know. Now, you done showed all this equipment. They probably going to be nervous to get in the car with you because you remember back in the summer of 2022 where we talked about, I don't know if it was the summer, like early fall, where we talked about the young lady who got into, I don't want to say which company she was with, but because the company doesn't represent the driver, but unfortunately the driver represents the company.
The company. Right.
And the guy sprayed some spray and she was getting woozy. The driver. He sprayed some spray. She was getting woozy and she was like, something's going on. She opened the door and jumped out onto the freeway. And what it was, he was actually... he tried to drug her. You inhaled it. So we didn't know what was going to happen. But I think it was some charges brought up or something like that. They end up catching him and finding the person because, I guess when you're a driver, you have to have all your information in there. But
that is exactly why I drive with my windows down.
Wait a minute. No, because you're the driver. This was the driver that did this. So my purpose for saying this is... don't be pulling out that stuff, and don't be pulling out them arts and crafts scissors you got, elementary arts and crafts scissors. I'm mad, girl. You better go. I ain't telling y'all what to do, but you want to get some hair scissors. Okay.
I don't want to use my good hair scissors.
No, to protect yourself.
Upholstery.
But I understand. Oh, you said upholstery. But I understand protecting yourself and being ready at all times. So for the people, for the driver and the passenger, we got to be safe and you don't know the person. Now, back in the day, we used to have the taxi cab driver and you had like a few taxi companies and you could actually reach out and call those companies. So now you got your independent entrepreneurship going on that it is kind of scary because I won't even catch a ride with a stranger in one of those companies. I'm saving myself, okay? In one of those companies because I don't have a reference. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why I won't do the dating online, because I'm going to need a reference. I need to know somebody to know somebody that's your cousin, this and that. Like, I need to know, are you the killer before I go forward and say, okay, let's have this date. Versus, dating somebody out of town and you'd be like, oh, I don't even know who they're connected to, But that's just me. So when you are riding in these vehicles, I would say go with somebody if you can. Instead of catching a ride. Everybody is not evil, but we want to leave evil back in 2022. Everybody's not evil and demonic, but there's some people out there that I just got a problem with getting into your vehicle and not knowing. There was a situation, and y'all know, there was a situation that occurred, and I know we talked about it on here when it happened, where there was two young ladies who got in a vehicle, and you know how you're just chilling, you're doing like a round robin. If you don't know what a round robin is, catch up. But my people who know what a round robin is, you know what it is.
Yes.
So you meet somebody at the bar, and it's like, oh, we getting ready to go here, and you leave your car. Now you hear, don't get in the car with strangers, don't do blah, 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 blah. In this situation, they didn't get in the car with this stranger. The stranger got in the car with them, and ultimately killed one, and the other one ended up getting away. So as females, just be aware with just people. Anyway, we talked about Offset and him choosing his people and being there, where it was like, oh yeah, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I just say that, but God makes no mistakes, so that probably was his time. Like, okay, here you go. Just be careful what you do and who you're around, and the company you keep can affect you. And people you got to watch who you are connected to as well, because your blessings, your blessings may be stagnant because you're connected to somebody that God may know you will share with, and that's not their blessing. They need to get to where they need to get to. I talked about on being inspired yesterday, when they say, oh, okay, and it's not you, but the things are happening to you, and some people say constantly, they're like, oh, okay, well, or the onlookers are like, well, that was a lesson. Or maybe, what's my lesson? What did maybe it wasn't your lesson at all. Maybe it was somebody else, but God knew you were strong enough to get through it, to show that person that's watching you, to show them that it's not as bad as it seems. And you too can get, through it. And you may be the one to inspire somebody to know it's going to get better. And if you feel like you need somebody to talk to and you have nobody to talk to, text 988. I got to do it. I just had to put that out there. I got to do it because it was a very depressing year. And people were just like, all right, I'm done. It's over. I can't deal with it. Listen. You can. And I'm just going to say this for people who may be contemplating suicide and dealing with things and feel as though that they can't get through it. You can get through it, because if you are still here and you die or expire at the hands of somebody else, maybe your purpose was there. But if you die or unlive, as Amber D said last week or the week before, unlive at the hands of yourself, you haven't fulfilled your purpose. And everything and every day is not going to be a bad day. All right, look, done with my part. I just had to say that. It be coming, like, boom. Here you go. What else happened? What was your best moment of 2022? We talked about all the abstract stuff. Y'all don't have a best moment in 2022?
I turned another year older.
What's that? You ain't smiling with it. You just like, bah. That's a blessing.
I mean, it's a blessing to, especially when people are leaving here from COVID and cancer and everything else being here. So yes, that is a blessing that God allowed me to stay here throughout this horrible year. Oh. And I'm still here. Well,
you just said it is horrible. It wasn't a horrible year. You said about Brittany. She did it.
Yes. For me, it wasn't a good year, but well, no, I take that back. Boom, let me rewind. Lord, please forgive. I'm so sorry. I was able to start my business. Now, hopefully, I have everything together, up and running for prom season.
Okay.
And be ready to, so we can moving a little bit forward. So I was able to start my business. So yeah, let me go back. Let me rewind. That's one of the best moments of 2022 for me.
Okay. What about you, Amber D?
I'll just say progress on my house. I feel like I've turned a corner, and now I'm really getting into like cosmetic stuff, and that's just a huge. It's really a relief when you have the major issues and the structural stuff addressed. You can actually do fun stuff. So turning a corner.
So you were moving on a goal.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's it. I'm happy we got some ground, some movement, some ground. And what ground was that? Listen, that Black Lives Matter, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was happy about them marching. Because I needed something, because your girl wasn't gonna be out there marching. So I appreciate them. I'm being flat out honest. I appreciate them. Let's go with okay, let's look at this one. Let's read this one. I love it.
Okay, so Regina Ross of Facebook said, mine was getting sober and the Lord blessing me so much. I am so grateful. Yes.
And look at the encouragement in the comments. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I love the encouragement. I love the shop talkers. Man, y'all be doing it. Y'all be touching my heart. Touching my heart. I'm like, yes. I love it. So you turning a year older was the excitement that you had? That you said so solemnly?
A year older, and then like I said.
When did you move? You moved to Texas.
I moved to Texas December of 2021, so I've been here a year. December 10th was a year.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I done missed the boat. I done missed the boat.
I've been here a year, December 10th, and this 3 weeks later, 3 weeks into 2022, everything went upside down. But like I said, I kept pushing, I kept fighting because the devil just thought I was gonna fall apart, and I almost did several times. But God, seriously,
amen.
Amen.
I heard that, but well, at least we know what's going on and where it came from.
Right.
Well, I had a good time coasting. I was straight coasting. That's how I felt like, boom, okay, what's next? What we got next? Because usually, you know what happens, it'd be so much because a lot of things have occurred. A lot of things have occurred in 2022, but I'm just like coasting through. Like, okay, what we got next? And you know how the new news, go ahead and just boom, if something hit the, get out there in the media, then they'd be like, oh, okay, well, this is going to go on up and knock that out. And then you don't forget. Well, I'll tell you a good thing is your boy's taxes, 45 taxes. They done released them, honey. And listen, I don't know, because, okay, here's the excitement and the unpredictable of 2022. It was -4 last week, and it felt like -44. Then it was 60 yesterday. This Ohio weather, lovely people. Then your boy, 45, up here paid $750 in taxes in 2017. Man, listen, I laughed so hard, I ain't even mad at the cat. I was like, $750.
All he paid was $750.
Listen here, I am not even mad. Because if I had that opportunity, I can't say that I wouldn't take it. Real talk. So, and some people get upset because it's like, okay, well, I didn't get that. They got that, but I had to do A, B, C, and D and then get all upset. It wasn't for you. Dude knew the loopholes, and whoever his accountant is, they cold.
I need his accountant in, too.
Cold.
Can you get me some money? Listen, can you get me some money? I owe this much, but can you reverse it and have them owe me?
and get some money.
Right.
Now they did say, I mean, hey, he doing it. He did it. He doing it with the people, doing it. You know what I mean? Know how to work the system, and if you know how to work the system, then you got it. And the problem that most people in have is they don't know how to work the system. And not saying you need to be cheating on your taxes. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying in anything that you do, when we kind of get upset that somebody else is winning and we still waiting on our turn, like, oh, we're upset because they didn't put us on. I want to win too, you know what I mean? But you didn't tell me, man. Maybe I couldn't tell you, you know, but not being happy. When someone hit the Mega Millions, never forget it. I thought this was the strangest thing ever. They said, why? Why? Instead of being happy for that person, it was like, why him? That was wild.
I don't say why him. The only thing I be asking is, 9 times out of 10, most of the time, the folks that win them lotteries are already rich.
Now, and that was the why him. Now, that was the why him. So you kept it 100. See what I'm saying? The peopling. Why him? So I guess they wanted somebody who really who really needed it to actually win it. But why him?
I heard that the lottery, there's actually some like mathematical science behind it or something.
Ooh, child, I ain't got that time to figure that out.
Exactly. Okay, right. I ain't got time for it.
But I don't know if it's a mathematical science, then okay. But this person that hit, that was their first time ever playing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
See? And I think it's cool. You know, I thought it was cool. Now let's go ahead and talk about the number one thing that was on there. Zaya, Wade, Gabrielle and Dwayne. Actually, it's Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade, to be honest with you, and how they doing the biological mother. I didn't know they was eating Gabrielle up like that, talking about she was a mean girl and all this other stuff.
I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah, she was getting tore up. And I feel like the way that they did the biological mother, I'm like, yeah, she got to come into her. Like, I don't feel sorry for her at all. And then as far as my personal beliefs and how they're doing.
You don't feel sorry for who? The biological mother?
The biological mother.
Why?
I think it was, I don't think it was right. You know, there's so many blended families now in America. I feel like there is a way to ethically handle situations instead of acting like, oh, you know, I feel like she was kind of pushed out. And I feel like it was a lot of Hollywood influence. And it's inappropriate. I feel like a lot of it was unnecessary and it was inappropriate. It didn't need to be done at all.
Okay, but you don't feel sorry for the biological mother?
No, I don't feel sorry for Gabrielle Union because of how she did the bio mom.
Okay.
You know, she was a contributing factor.
Okay, I could see that. I was just really interested. It was interesting because that stepmom thing. That's and I don't know. You know, we remember the story of Cinderella.
Most Disney stories have an evil stepmother, so not just Cinderella.
A whole lot of Disney stories. Y'all better be watching when y'all have y'all babies sitting there watching the Disney Channel, watching those movies. Yeah, they do. That villain be major. But you have the stepmom, and with the stepmom, it's like I don't know if she's trying really hard not to be the evil stepmom. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what it is. So she wants to be the child's friend or whatever that child wants. I'm trying to understand, you know, where her mind is on that.
Did she have children?
No.
Children? Yeah, because I low-key, I'll be mean or whatever, but I feel like it low-key has something to do with it because she didn't birth that child. And I feel like stepmom versus bio mom, in my third-person observation as an outsider, it seems like union has less of a concern for that child's overall and long-term well-being than the bio mother. And
Okay.
that's why they fell where they did on each side of the argument.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Nick? Nick the voice.
Let me see. I'm thinking Gabrielle is really trying to be the friend and win the kids over, but as far as with the mother, yeah, she kind of like with the mother.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She's trying.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
She's trying to lightweight be funny with the mother because it's like, okay, I got your kids here. You know, to me, that's what it seems like. I'm married to your kid's father. I got your kids here. I'm helping to raise your kids. So, like, to me, that's what it seems like. So they trying to push her out, but she birthed them.
You know what I think? I think that that trying to be funny, or I mean, I don't know, the pettiness is real, and they're regular people, okay, just with great professions, and they're doing well. But and clearly they don't like each other. The interesting part to me is he got custody, and correct me if I'm wrong, he got custody once they got married. But what Dwayne did, and this is alleged because I read it all. I read it, in different places, so I don't know how true it is or how factual it is. But he did what he did to his ex-wife, he did to Gabrielle as well. You know what I mean? Where's that baby at? You know what I mean? Or cheated on her. Like, come on.
Well,
and she just stayed. Go ahead.
I want to say something real petty, but I feel like this is kind of behavior that's really common when someone is fighting their internal urges, suppressing a major part of themselves.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
That's kind of get it. Yep, I got it.
So he's not, he's very problematic as a man for, a partner. Definitely not ideal partner. But wish him the best, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Listen to this. How about Barbara Walters?
Yeah.
We done left her in 2022.
Yep, she's, she had a good run and had a amazing career, and
at 93 years old.
Yeah.
93 years old. We done dropped her off. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She probably was tired.
Rest in peace.
She didn't look 93.
A lot of good people in 2022 as well, but a lot of them were older. Like, they made it. Mm-hmm. They made it. Because John Aniston, just a few weeks ago. For those of you that don't know, that is Victor on the Days of Our Lives.
Victor on the Days of Our Lives. Come on, let's correct that. The Young and the Restless.
No.
It's a Victor
Kiriakis.
Oh, Victor Kiriakis. I'm like, hold on, I only know one Victor. I'm like, wait,
Jennifer Aniston, the actress Jennifer Aniston's father.
Oh, get out of here! I didn't know that was Jennifer Aniston's father. See, you done keep us current. Keep us current. Now, I didn't know it was another Victor.
He played on Days of Our Lives for a long time, but he was one of the villains. He started out as a villain, Victor Kiriakis, and then later on, when they brought in the other villain who died some years back, they called him the Phoenix because he would always die on the show and then come back. Everybody thought he was dead. I can't remember it. Stefano Demira. But Victor then went from the villain to the good person. So
now
he had a very long run.
Is Days of Our Lives the one with the hourglass?
Uh-huh.
Okay. See, I ain't no soap star, but I only know one Victor, and that was the young, the Y and the R.
The younger wrestler, they got Victor Kiriakis on.
Oh, boy.
One, so.
Oh, boy. That's a lot. Look, I'm like 2 Victors back then. Y'all couldn't come up with nobody else.
Right. All these different names.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to stay up on it. I'm trying real hard to stay up on it, lovely people. There we go. All right. The soaps is still on.
Mm-hmm.
Is Victor still alive? Off the Y and the R? The Young and the Restless?
Yes, he's still alive.
Okay.
He's still being the overbearing daddy
Oh, okay.
and husband. Some days he feel like being bothered with the wife, and some days he want to divorce her and marry somebody else. Yeah, Victor's still victoring.
Okay. Go ahead. He doing it. Let's see. Let's see what Victor got going on. With the 8-ball. Anything else? Oh, you know what? BBLs. Please lead them back there. Lead them in 2022.
Oh,
now, there is a video of Tiny. Let me say Tiny. Of Escape. Because T.I. came after Tiny. And they're like, oh, okay, that's T.I.'s wife. That's Tiny. T.I. is Tiny's husband. All right, well, she had a, there's a video out, and you can see where the leg to booty ratio is off.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki Wyatt.
Why?
All that booty she already had.
Oh, you know what, though? But she be on her back a lot. How many children does she have?
10 or 11.
Yeah, see, maybe that's it.
She just had another one. Nah, baby, that's clearly she added some more booty.
No, I'm saying that, so maybe that's why she got it, because, you know.
Oh, the leg, but it's off. It's real off. Because them legs are skinny, and then I seen the video last week, and I was going, why, Kiki? Why? Just why?
Yeah, why anybody? I mean,
it's the same thing with the breast implants. They'll have these breasts that are way too big for their frame, and it looks weird. Now it's their butt. And it's just, looking like a caricature of a woman.
looking like something I drew.
She said the legs are not lining up.
Okay, at all.
Yeah.
Have some of that fat put in your legs if you want to do all that. Like,
right.
Come on now. If they can put it in your booty, they can inject it in your thighs to make it match.
So are we leaving that, or is it coming with us to 2023?
You know it's coming with us. Nah, it's coming. It's going to be a trend for a while.
It's been a long time. Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
I think it's leaving because the Kardashians, who made it acceptable in mainstream culture, are moving away from that. And so I think that it's going to go backwards, because everything is a cycle, where it's going to be something that is more within like the Black female space, which is where it originated from.
Okay.
So I think the dominant society will go back to more the thin aesthetic.
Because what Cardi B, she took hers out, right? Because she was looking weird. Hers wasn't lining up.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah, a lot of people. K. Michelle, she been to, but see, they didn't have the BBL. They had the actual silicone. A lot of them did.
Okay.
I know K. Michelle had the silicone. She got sick, so she took hers out a couple years ago. She talked about it.
A lot of women who choose to get breast augmentation is something, if you can actually research it, getting this implant sickness, this silicone sickness and it's not just butts, but breasts. People get silicone, like cheek implants and stuff. That stuff has an impact on your body and your immune system and stuff. It can really wreak havoc. Be very careful about that.
Well, absolutely, because it's a foreign body. So
exactly.
Your body has to build antibodies to fight against it. Yeah, and what happens is your body has to build antibodies to fight against that. And we got to understand, even when you do the transplants, and these are medical reasons to do the transplant, and that's why you have to be watched. Transfusion, blood transfusion, foreign going in, we have to watch to make sure that you don't have a reaction. And I just can't see just like, okay, I'm just going to throw this in my body for the sake of looking a certain way. Or let's be real, say what it is, being accepted.
Yeah.
Because that's what it seemed like. Okay, I need to be accepted by society, so I'm going to do this since this is what it is. No. What about them? Remember they used to have, like, I remember the hair books in the back. They had, like, the butt pads. You could order stuff. You could order stuff in the back, but like, oh, look at that. And then, like, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker was a good one. The good movie. Remember, she had all that fake booty and all that. Now people just like,
Girl, listen. If you like the men that are, especially like playing the drag shows, they done got so good now because they used to get the pantyhose and stuff it and try to. Now I seen it's actually silicone like half bodysuit with the booty. And it has an opening where you don't even have to, when you gotta pee, you just pull your panties down and sit down and pee on that silicone, and it's like cover some of your thigh, and then it comes up so far. So
That sounds like I'm gonna be leaving the bathroom smelling like pee. That's a whole lot of. That seemed like it's gonna like some.
Well, no, the hole is big enough for you to sit and go to the bathroom. You sit and go like you really because it's cut out around the crotch area so that you can. But yeah, they have that now, and I saw somebody on Facebook advertising it, and I'm like, okay, but it's specifically for those that are in, like, do drag shows and stuff like that. But now that's about to be a thing, because now they got, and I'm sitting there going.
So like the Doubtfire, like a Miss Doubtfire. Remember that suit?
Yeah, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. You're doing too much, but yeah. They have silicone
as a costume, I can see. See, I look at that as a costume versus
doing drag shows. Yeah,
this is my everyday thing. Like, this is what I want to do. Kanye, yay, continues to be alienated. Do you think we need to just move on and let him do his thing in 2023, or give him a break?
He need to give himself a break.
He needs to be alienated more.
He needs to be what? Just read that. Alienated. She said he needs to be alienated more. He actually needs. He needs to seek help and just sit and reevaluate some things, because of him trying. I don't know what he's trying, but he's actually like the success that he got. Because when he first came out, everybody was on his tip because he was, but like it seemed like once he lost his mom, every year he's getting worse and worse and worse. Dude, seek help. And if you already have help, I need you to shut up and listen. And reevaluate what's going on with your life, because now you have children. And like everything that's going on with you.
That's going to be his legacy.
It's going to be your legacy, and it's affecting your children. Like, people don't think about stuff like
that. Let's hear from Amber D. She falling out chairs.
I know. The laptop fell.
Oh, all right.
But no, yeah, and I feel like Kim Kardashian's latest interview is just the machine grinding, making the pulp, and she's obviously positioning herself as the victim. And, the martyr in the situation. And because I feel like her whole brand is rooted in imitating Black women, it's, funny that she's receiving sympathy for her plight with her husband or ex-husband, when a lot of Black women are disparaged when they're in that exact same situation. And no matter what a Black woman chooses to do, when she's in Kim Kardashian's situation, she's at fault. She's wrong.
She chose the wrong man. You chose the wrong baby daddy, or the wrong husband. The wrong
person. Exactly. And so what's going to happen is and this is happening with all the Kardashians, they're reassimilating back into their culture. And
Kourtney ain't never left.
Right. No, the other one. The one with Travis Barker or whatever. She never left. But the other two, Khloe, and then Khloe, Jesus. I mean, with Tristan, my God. I will say that's the only one where it's like, people are really calling out her foolishness of like.
What you got your laptop on books? Like, you just keep lying.
It was fine the whole show, and then it just started like, I'm done. The show's over.
We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes, Holder. 10 minutes, Holder.
Right.
Now, the interesting thing, when you brought up Khloe, I see that she done revamped and changed into somebody, because she does not look the same as well. And it's interesting that you have somebody that have all the money in the world, and it's like, we have this and we got the fame. We have the celebrityism. I'm using air quotes for the listening audience because I don't even know if that's a word. But you still aren't satisfied with you. And
Right.
she was with Tristan. He cheated. Boom, back. I'll take him back. I want my children to have the same dad. Okay, I understand that. But then you're turning into what you think that he likes. We need to flip it back around. Flip it back and say, no, it's about what I like and what I want. Go ahead. What you got, Amber D?
So yeah, all the money, and it's so obvious to everyone that she is not happy. How can she be happy with herself? She's constantly changing herself. Her man's dragging her, him humiliating her, and then also as far as like what he wants. So first, I want to say he does have a type. So she's actually valid in that, and the reality is she's not his type.
Right.
Now, his previous baby mama, some other women he was affiliated with in the past, and then the women that he cheated on her with all look similar. And she's trying to emulate that, but she doesn't look like that. And it's just like and it's real sad when you see somebody doing something, and it's like, bro, we see your intention. We see why you're doing that. But
Exactly.
they want to believe that no one can see what is actually going on in her mind.
Child, we saw Michael Jackson, didn't we?
Okay.
We saw him through his changes. Like, come on. And I'm a big
Bruh.
Mike fan. But we see and we're watching. Like, come on. And to me, the lesson that I see is regardless of what you have and you think that money may make you feel better, you know what I mean? Make you be accepted. Like, I have the world, so I'll be wonderful. No, these people are still having these same issues on a bigger level.
Yes.
And
with
that's
the
it.
audience.
Yes. Oh, man, they got a huge audience. This is what you want. Here you go. Now you're doing it in front of everybody. But the problem that I have is you have a reality show, but you're not keeping it 100 and being real. Tell these people what you're doing. Tell them the truth. Listen, I'm not happy with myself, so this is what I chose to do. And if you're going to work out. Don't get surgery and work out and just omit the fact that you had surgery. Now, I'm not saying that she had surgery, but it surely look like it. Are we leaving the slap in 2023, the Oscar slap?
Please.
Yes.
Leave it in 22. Don't bring that with us.
Leave it. I say leave it.
Leave it. And we haven't heard from Chris Rock. He's still chilling. We heard from, are we forgiving Will?
They should. They still lobbying for R. Kelly nasty behind. Go ahead and forgive Will. Will wasn't messing with nobody's kids like R. Kelly was, but y'all still R. Kelly.
Huh.
Some women love toxicity. It amazes me when women get behind men who are clearly like misogynistic and womanizers and like,
You know, yeah. And
like,
now,
it doesn't even matter. Like, okay.
right. The thing we're still hearing is they should charge these parents. Yes, they should. Them parents pimp their kids out. Exactly. They should. But as well, R. Kelly needs to stay where he's at. Because the parents, although they did pimp their children out, they did not put his penis in their child.
Well, if
R. Kelly did that on his own.
Well, let me say this. If you knew that was going to be it, you was like, here. But I ain't saying I ain't a parent, so or those parents. But how many parents are out there that will allow their young child to date an older man? Or
Exactly, and it's been
It
happening
happens.
forever.
it happens, not to justify it at all. Let me tell you what's interesting. This Oscar slap was in my head. I forgot all about R. Kelly was locked up. You know how you be having something new? I done forgot all about it. Now, here's a question. Amber D, go ahead and read it.
So Carla Lee of Facebook said, if Will let Chris Rock slap him back, I will forgive him.
Now, listen, now that'd be good. You remember that back in the day? But like, okay, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. All right.
Right.
Let me slap you
Or
back. Let's see
like-
where it goes. But can you separate the artist from the art?
I don't know, but I feel like what you said is how it's supposed to be. When someone is supposed to be like people, and I feel like in the Black community, this is something we struggle with, is like shunning people. Like we should have forgotten about R. Kelly. We should forget about that Kanye West needs to be forgotten about. Like at this point, like He needs to be a distant memory and get lost in the annals of history. I'm sorry.
Oh, we okay then. She said that, didn't she? In the annals of history.
Forget him.
Listen, I
didn't give a
I so forgot. I am not lying to you.
Chris Rock.
I so forgot about R. Kelly. I did. I was like, oh yeah, he is in jail. Like, some people like the music, and I did. I like the music. But
you know what? I'll be struggling now. As
but-
much as I love me some R.
Okay.
Kelly, but after all of that, I stopped listening to his music, and I got his music on my playlist. Whenever it comes on, I skip it. Especially some of them songs that I used to groove to and and then all I could think about is he was with somebody's young teenage daughter, and he was singing about that, and I just
okay. So that's what you envision, that he's singing about that. Okay, go ahead.
So that because that's where he's getting his, a lot of his inspiration from.
How we know? How you know that's where he's getting it from? But go.
I agree because I went through the same thing. Like, he has some bops, he has some classic hits, great music, but music triggers memories. And so when you start to affiliate that particular song with like a horrible crime, it's just like, like the vibe got killed. Like, skip.
Like 12 play, and you be like, oh, that's a little baby.
Girl, send me a couple of them. Imagine that.
See,
Exactly.
see, I didn't think of that, because he had some adult women too. And I'm not justifying his actions, but I forgot about him. He locked up. I was like, oh, okay. Moving on, and then with the whole, go ahead, say what you got to say real quick about
with that. But beyond just what he did, also his childhood and the things I learned about the trauma he experienced. I'm like, this is an incredibly broken and illiterate man singing about sex, and it's just like, sir, you need therapy severely, probably medication as well. Like, I feel like I'm supporting the problem, Now,
a long time ago, he was I can't remember, we were in Pittsburgh. So when I had the opportunity to meet him, and we were in the lobby, Ritz-Carlton to be exact. We were in the lobby, and I was listening to his conversation with other people. And I remember telling my homegirl, I was like, oh, he a couple sandwiches short of a picnic. I remember saying that, just the conversation. I remember saying just that. Because I was like, that was weird. So, and I wasn't that old, you know what I mean? But me and my girl, we chilling, we out doing the thing. Because I used to dance with her, not strip dance as popular now. We used to like hip hop dance, and she was opened up the show. And I remember when, just listening to the conversation. And I was like, that's why I always ask that question. Do you think older men who are not so intelligent seek younger women just so that they can seem more intelligent?
Or be equals?
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you the conversation. I don't even remember what the conversation really was, but I thought it was a little off. And I was like, oh, he a couple sandwiches short of a picnic. We both laughed and then walked on the way because we, out in the lobby. And it was like, oh, that's different. So, and I asked the guy who I was dating at the time, which happened to be Peps, from Salt and Pepper, Pep's nephew. And I was like, okay, is this that? He was like, yeah, you are on point. He was like, yeah, it's a little off. So when the documentary came out, it was like, oh, he kind of slow. Because remember they showed the school? And then the music teacher was saying, hey, you got to leave those young girls alone. So this is a ongoing thing with him. Like, so go ahead.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like it's been proven that like severe childhood trauma can like stagnate your intelligence because the your hierarchy of needs aren't met.
Right.
And so you don't there's less or slower development in like complex thought. So I wonder if that's a part of it too.
It could very well be. We be solving crimes up in this mug.
Hey,
listen. How many crimes we done solved this year? It was a ton.
A ton.
Like, this is how it's gonna turn out. This is that. This. Man, that's it.
And it actually happened.
It
like
happens
that.
like that.
Sometimes we said something and we was like, dang, we was on point.
Right on point, man. Right on point. Hey, listen, we already talked about Happy New Year. Apostrophe S with ownership. All right? So I'll be like, Happy New Year's!
You know,
Because all I hear is...
like they say, sorry for your lost and not lost. Sorry for your lost. What did I lose? Oh, you mean sorry for my loss? Like the body isn't lost. They're just gone.
We know where it's at.
The body.
We gonna go find
We
it.
know where the body is.
Listen, unless you had a janky cemetery, you be like, I thought it was there.
Remember that story?
Yes, I remember.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Remembering that story. Hey,
Hang on.
a whole lot of memories. So we leaving all that stuff in 2022. You said the booty might come. Amber said the booty be dropped off. Drop the booty off.
Nah, the booty
is coming
for a while.
You want the baby hairs gone? Is the baby hairs coming? They might be coming. They selling them at the store.
They probably still coming, but y'all got to leave them baby hairs alone because that's not cute.
I told
Especially
y'all
when
before.
They way down here.
Listen, I told y'all the installment. I can't with the installment. And here's the thing, you young people, like what you gonna do when you get your husband? You gotta take that hair off. Like you ain't gonna have no edges. He gonna be like, who is that? No eyelashes, because we rock them. These eyelashes is like so long. Are we taking that into 2023? The lashes
Looking like bat wings.
I like the baby hairs. I don't mind it. And as far as like, I don't care. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of the Gen X, doing like their takedowns or whatever, and then their partner is like helping them or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and and that's fine. Like if you're okay with that, you're on that level with your partner. Okay, I'm just worried about women's scalps. Okay, if you're doing anything,
a healthy head, not hair, healthy head.
Like, if you're doing something and it's damaging you emotionally or spiritually or physically, including your edges, I have a problem with that. Like, don't be damaging your body for an aesthetic. But if you want to wear your lashes,
install,
and baby hairs, do it all.
Install. Okay. That sounds so like hard labor. That's like a sink. I'm gonna install this sink.
I was thinking about it. It makes sense because the amount of money these women pay, and then the amount of time it takes to get the hair done, like 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever, right? And they're paying like $400 for the wig. That's an install. That's a lot. That's not no little thing. Like that's,
so do we wash? Do we shampoo the install? Like your like it got to be clean under there. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Listen, we done came to the close of the show. I gotta tell you, here we go. Okay. Y'all can check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, lovely people. Happy New Year, Amber D. Hold on. Let's get this going. We have come to the end of the show. As I stated, I thank you guys for joining in to myself, Nick Du Bois, and Amber D. Shop Talk crew in the building. This is the last show of the year. Replay it back if you're joining in at the end. But I want to give you today's footnote. Today's footnote is behind you, all your memories. Before you, all your dreams. Around you, all who love you. Within you, all you need. Author unknown. Happy New Year, lovely people. And keep watching. We coming in 2023. Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people. Oh, until next year, people. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shop Talk.
Shop Talk.
Now we done did the count off too and still jack.
We actually did.
Y'all was delayed. Maybe it's that Houston time.
Right. I thought I was on time.
Did you? I was on time. Oh, we gonna see. I'm gonna play it back and listen. All right, peace, guys.